Imagine you're at your funeral. You see the flowers and can hear the soft music. You see all your friends and family, employees, neighbors, everybody you care about's there. You feel the joy of sharing your life with them and the sorrow of actually losing it. But what are they saying about you? You see in the program that there are 4 speakers. The first speaker is a family member that's known you your entire life. The second speaker is your closest friend. The third speaker is a longtime employee. And the fourth speaker is someone from your church or community. Now think deeply. What would you like them to say about you? How would you like to be remembered? What kind of sibling or parent or friend were you? What qualities would you want them to remember you by? Which of your achievements are being talked about? And finally, what impact did you have on their lives? If you seriously participated in this exercise, you've touched on some of the very base values that you have. You've found your inner guidance system. You've taken the first step in Stephen Covey's second habit of highly effective people. Begin with the end in mind. My name's Jacob Curtis. I'm a CPA and certified Profit First professional. I co-own Utah Valley Quilting and founded Curtis Accounting Solutions, where we help quilt shops piece together financial freedom by implementing Profit First, doing bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes, and providing business coaching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this subject, so please leave a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, the exercise I just asked you to do is one of the most basic applications of beginning with the end in mind. But there are many other applications. For example, what do you want to get accomplished today? What projects are you working on? Any family vacations coming up? Any personal goals, business direction, and many others. Stephen Covey writes, to begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means you know where you're going so that you better understand where you are now so that the steps you take are always in the right direction. It's very easy to get busy and caught up in the activity trap and the busyness of life, to work harder and harder only to find that you end up in a place you don't want to be. It's possible to be very busy, but not effective. Remember, being effective means being successful in producing your desired results. If you carefully consider what you want people to remember you for, you will find your definition of success. And don't be surprised if it differs from what our culture says success is. Money or fame may not even be in your definition, and that's fine. By beginning with the end in mind, you gain a different perspective to help you be proactive and direct your life towards your definition of success. We make plans first, and then we execute upon those plans. We don't just start pouring concrete and nailing boards together when we're building a house. No, we have blueprints and a detailed plan for each step of the way until the house is built. We know what the end result's going to be before we even start building. We begin with the end in mind. Our personal and professional lives should be similar. We should have a plan for where we'd like to end up. When we're not being proactive, we are reactive to what's happening. We have no clear direction. Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. You already begin with the end in mind to varying degrees. Before you go on a trip, you plan out the route you're going to take. Before you plant a garden, you plan it out in your head. Before you go shopping, you create a shopping list. Before you start a quilt, you pick the design, pattern, colors, and how you're going to use it. You begin with the end in mind for little things, and you need to do it for everything in your life, including your quilt shop. You can see how this applies to your quilt shop, from classes to block of the month programs to day-to-day operations. Management consultant, educator, and author Peter Drucker says, management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. In other words, management is about efficiency and keeping the train moving, while leadership is about determining where the train is headed, about being effective. Easy to become preoccupied with the hustle and bustle of daily life, which can make you overlook the importance of staying on track with your goals. Life and business are constantly shifting and changing. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we must adapt to it. And the easiest way to stay true to the end is with a vision rooted in correct principles and values. Stephen Covey says the key to the ability to change is a changeless sense of who you are, what you're about, and what you value. But how do you determine that? What are your drivers? Covey calls these drivers your center and identifies some false centers for us. The first is the spouse-centered person. Marriage can be the most intimate, satisfying, enduring, and growth-producing relationship, but it can also lead to intense emotional dependence on your spouse, leaving you vulnerable to their moods and feelings. Next is the family-centered person. Again, this one may seem to be natural and reasonable. Families can provide opportunities for deep relationships and make life worthwhile. However, family-centered people are vulnerable to changes in tradition or culture or any influences that affect the family's reputation. Third, the money-centered person. Financial stability in their personal life is critical, but they are threatened by many things outside of their control. The weather, the economy, wars, etc. There's lots of things. And they often put aside family and other priorities, assuming everyone will understand that financial demands come first. The work-centered person wants to be seen and admired for their title or their work ethic or their profession, and is vulnerable to anything that threatens that. The possession-centered person wants things like houses and cars and jewelry and fame and glory and social prestige. You may recognize how flawed this is because it can all vanish in a flash, and it's influenced by many factors outside of your control. The pleasure-centered person is all about the experience. We live in a world where instant gratification is available and encouraged. Now, innocent pleasures in moderation can provide relaxation and bonding experience with friends and family, which are needed. But the pleasure-centered person gets bored with the current level of fun in their lives and looks for ways to one-up their next fun experience. They become narcissistic, interpreting all of life in terms of the pleasure it provides them. The church-centered person is focused on doing church activities and loses the spirituality of the church. They become so focused on appearing to be a faithful member that they become insensitive to the pressing needs around them, contradicting the very precepts they claim to believe. Self-centered people are like the Dead Sea. They only accept and never give. Yet focusing on personal growth to enhance your capacity to serve, create, and make meaningful contributions can lead to greater self-awareness. These centers are usually easier to see in others than in ourselves. But where do you stand? What is the center of your life? What is the foundation that you're rooted in? By centering your life on correct principles, you create a solid foundation. Correct principles do not change. They do not react to anything. They don't get mad at you and they don't treat you differently. They won't divorce you and leave you. They aren't out to get you. They don't pave the way with shortcuts. They don't follow fads. They don't follow trends. They're not here one day and gone the next, and they can't be destroyed. Principles are universal facts that have held true in any circumstance and are bigger than individuals. They've consistently prevailed in history and can be validated through your personal experience, giving you a sense of security. The guidance and wisdom accompanying a principle-centered life enable you to see where you want to go, how to get there, and give you the courage to work for it. But what are these correct principles and how do we know what they are? Well, in Luke, Jesus said, "I will show you what someone is like who comes to me, hears my words, and acts on them. He is like a man building a house, who dug a deep foundation and laid it on the rocks. When flood came, the river crashed against the house and couldn't shake it because it was well built." And in Philippians, we read, "Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, there is any moral excellence, and if there is anything praiseworthy, dwell on these things." And finally, the golden rule from Matthew 7. "Whatever you wish others to do to you, do also to them." To begin with the end in mind is to create a principle-based plan, from a vision and mission statement to your goals to running the day-to-day operations of your quilt shop and life. Again, to begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means you know where you're going so that you better understand where you are now so that the steps you take are always in the right direction. How do you want to be remembered? What impact do you want to have? What is your mission statement? Are you working towards it? What changes do you need to make? Tell me in the comments below. I hope this helps you as you plan ahead for the coming months. Thank you for watching, and follow me at Curtis Accounting Solutions on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Again, what's your mission statement? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.